Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting with my co-host, Purdy Cassandra. She wanted to come up here before I started this, so I said, "Okay, well, Ginger was a part of it one time. You could be a part of it this time." In fact, no, Ginger's too far towards the middle of the sofa. You can't see her today. Anyways, this is a podcast mainly about knitting. I haven't done any spinning since the last time. Oh no, I have dyed some yarn. And dyeing of yarn. All of which I do from my home right here outside of Lima, Ohio, where I live with my gorgeous kitty cat Purdy. I live with my handsome husband Randy. I live with his charming father Ronald, Ronald's cat Tommy, and my doggie Ginger. I almost called her Purdy. Anyways, today is May 14th. Wow, May's almost halfway over. And this is episode number 250. And in the introduction, I put all the places you can find me online. So if you need to find me online, you can just go there rather than repeating the same things over and over again. Anyways, we do have a new friend this week. Somebody I've talked about a lot on this podcast, Nina from Nina's at My House. She has some wonderful free patterns on her blog. You ought to check it out. It's really a nice, she's a nice lady. It's a nice blog. It's yeah. Anyways, welcome Nina. Hope to see you enter some of our giveaways and all that. I do need to let you know I am an affiliate with Amazon, Knitpicks, and Michaels, and all that means is if you go to them from my blog, you can then shop normally, and I will get just a couple pennies from your checkout. It doesn't add to your price. It just it helps out with prizes and things for me. I'm sitting by my beautiful window again, and I'm just looking out there at all the green, and I have a Tommy the cat is looking, hoping to find birds out there. He's not allowed to go out, so he likes to frustrate himself. He's looking at me like, what? Anyways, the blog that you would go to take advantage of those links or take advantage of those places, Amazon, Knitpicks, or Michaels, is ksnapier475.blogspot.com. Okay? We have some knit-alongs going on. We have our May finished object knit-along going on. We have a couple beautiful entries in there right now. Really pretty. Um, oh, and it's just I said knit-along, didn't I? It's just a craft-along for any craft item that you finish in the month of May. You could take a picture of it, go over to the Ravelry thread and the finished object thread, post it. If you have a name for your pattern, go ahead and put that in there. You can also post them in the comment area of either my blogger or my WordPress. You can try it under YouTube. I'm not sure if it'll work or not. But if you could do any of those. In fact, I had an entry this last week that I entered because I can't think where I saw her at, and I said, "Would you like to enter that in?" And she said, "Yes, yes, yes." So I did. Okay, I will close this on June 1st, and I will use random number generator, and it will pick the numbers for me, and things are a little bit different this time. So listen up. The prizes to choose from include a $10 gift card from Knitpicks or Amazon or Michael, or a giftable pattern with a value up to $10. Only one prize. Now, the first one who responds gets the first choice because I'm only offering one card of each one or one pattern. So the first one gets the first choice, and then let's say they choose the Amazon. That's gone then. So let's say they then choose, the next one chooses Knitpicks. It's gone then. So keep that in mind. I am changing it up a little bit because I am an affiliate with these places, and it would be nice if I actually, had a prize each month to each one of them. So that's why I'm doing it. Then we're also doing lace knitting or a knitting expat design. Now, um, once again, this is all under the same thread. So when it comes to drawing, I just use everything that's under that thread. If it's a knitting expat, yay. If it's a lace, yay. Anyways, so all you do for this, once again, take a picture, post it in the correct thread, and place the pattern name. That's simple. And then I usually look at them and I push the love thing underneath because I do love all your works. I was thinking of, I'm trying to figure out a way I can showcase everybody. So I'm seeing if I can do that sometime too. Anyways, objects must be either a knitting expat design or a lace pattern, or both, if you could combine them. And winners will be chosen by random number generator on July 1st. Now, these winners can choose between a $15 giftable pattern, a $15 gift card from Michaels or Amazon or KnitPicks, one item up to, how do I put that? Plus, each winner gets a knitting expat design and a RowRowandKades design, because RowRowandKades is our next craft along. So I want to make sure I have a couple people actually going to be working on those things. Okay? Okay, now if there's ever anybody, oh, I should mention this. For any giveaways, prizes, or competitions that I host, the winner has 2 weeks to claim their prize. If they don't claim it, sorry, it doesn't get held back for you. It gets held back for somebody for the next month. So, like, let's say I had an Amazon card left over and nobody had claimed it. Well, then the next month there'll be 2. Somebody can choose one of the 2 if they want to. Now I've got Tommy wanting to get in on this. There's Tommy. I get on the floor and they all want to see what I'm doing. Okay, let's see. Oh, and if you ever have something that you would like to donate for a prize, I would love to receive it, and I will put it in a giveaway and see if somebody claims it. Or not a giveaway, as a prize, and see if somebody claims it. I like doing that, and I love when people claim them. Okay, so just to give you a heads up, July and August will be a combination of RowRowandKades and or accessories. I say and or because she does do hats and KALs and things like that, which counts as both. Then September and October, we're going to do Myla's Knit Corner and something with red in it. Okay. If you ever have any ideas that you would like me to use for craft alongs or knit alongs, let me know. Because like I've been saying the last few weeks, I have lost my list. And right now I've got a list of maybe 4 or 5 items. It's over on my desk. And I could really use more. So let me know. So you want to know now what's on my needles, don't you? I know you do. I can hear you saying, "What's on your needles, Kim? Come on, this is a knitting show." So, I do have things on my needles. Do you? Are you working on them right now? I hope so. Wonder what you're working on. Are you working on socks? Or a sweater? Or something for charity? I just wonder. Well, I'm working on a new Advent sock. I just started this, so I just got the toe done. Usually I don't like to stop the Advent socks till I get through the heel one day, and then the next day I can get all the way through the rest of it. Well, this one I just made it through the toe, basically. So I'll probably be working on it today while I bounce on my exercise ball. That's when I get a lot of my Advent socks knitted. There's that. I have got, just a moment. Sorry about that. I just realized I wanted to bring something over because my Every Which Way filet baby blanket that I'm doing for the hospital now, I am using the Cotton Reflections. It's a DK weight yarn, 246 yards per skein. Tangy cotton, 70% that, and 30% linen. And you can machine wash it cold and tumble dry low. And I love it. Oops, I didn't mean to undo this one. Oh well, I'll be needing it. This is hydrangea. Now this comes from Knit Picks, and I have to tell you, I wasn't sure if I'd like a cotton yarn in a baby blanket, but the cotton and the linen together makes it so nice and soft. And this colorway, like I said, is hydrangea. See if I can do this without opening the rest of them. This one, I want to get the right one, is Nimbus Reflections, like Nimbus clouds. And this one, I want to say, oh, I'd have been wrong. This is Stratus. So I've combined these together to make a baby blanket. I've got a lighter, a medium, and then the solid. And I have just started on the hydrangea on this last night. I debated whether to do this or work on my test knit, but I really kind of wanted to work on this. This is the Every Which Way Filet. Ta-da! I like the way the colors blend together. So that's going to be for the hospital. I've already contacted them, and they said yes, they would love to have my knitting. They just they want to take a picture of it, so I want to have a couple of them to take to them. Okay, is that all that's on my needles? Oh, no, I need to open up my bag. My little sunflower bag. Don't know where it came from, but I love it. Just last night, because I thought I was working at the church today, and I like to work on soup kitchen socks if I'm at the church. It's a good place to pray over them and all that. So I decided before I went to bed last night to get started on another pair, and I just barely got some toes started. Now, this is some of my yarn that I had dyed way back when, and it's called Cloudy Skies, and it is a variegated. My idea was to have a light blue background with lots of little different color specks in it. So, ta-da! Those are my next soup kitchen socks. Hopefully I'll get some more work done on them. Now, before I go to my finished items, and yes, I have finished items. Do you guys have finished items? I'd love to see them. Put them in the finished objects thing so I can see what you've got done. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm hyper. I don't know why. Yesterday, while I watched the Cincinnati Reds play baseball, I'll talk about that in a bit. I finished this pair of soup kitchen socks except for the ends. I'm going to be doing a bunch of ends at the same time. So yeah, these are the ones I was working on the last time. I finished them. They have a nice long cuff on them. Then I also finished, make sure I did it, yeah, my scrap yarn socks. I can't wait to wear these. I've been waiting until, well, first of all, I have to get the end. I wouldn't have to since they're for me, but I figured I would. But the stitch was just a knit 2, purl 2, and then the next row I did the opposite. So if I knit over purl stitches and I purled over knit stitches. So, ta-da! And even though they may not look like they're all the way the same color all the way through, they are the same yarn. So, anyways, that's my scrap yarn socks. Yes. Oh, I have an Advent sock. Yay, another one. Yay! I don't think I made it long enough, and I did something wrong, but that's okay. What PLU? It's for me. And then my Every Which Way Filet baby blanket out of my home dyed yarn. I feel confident making the Every Which Way Filet blanket. It's the first crochet I've done for years and years. Unfortunately, it does hurt my first finger. So I can't do it as much as I would like to, but I do pick it up every once in a while. And one other thing that I have finished this week, I am so tickled by this. this was a spur of the moment. I happened to have a skein of sparkly yarn. Don't even know where I got it. I think I got it from Knit Picks. Yeah, I got it from Knit Picks. Anyways, we were making supper the other day, and we were peeling a red onion. I said, you know what? Don't put those in compost. I want to see if I can make a dye. So I did, and this was from one onion. Remember, I soaked it down a little bit, got the coloring out of it, put a little bit of citric acid in it. They like you, huh? And you did it just for them. It didn't make a lot, but it made enough for one skein. And I don't know if you can see it's almost like a peach color. So I really would like to try this some more. Maybe using other things. I don't know. I have to wait till I get more yarn though. So this is going to be for a pair of socks for somebody along the road. I just haven't decided when. Just like I have that yarn that I did ages ago with tea. I never have worked it up either. Seems like the yarn that I dye for myself, I don't always get worked up. So this is just water with mint in it. I went out and I have mint up, and so I went and got a little twig of it. Let's see. I'm also doing 2 pattern tests, one for Taiga Hilliard and one for Triona Murphy, which, you know, I like both. I love their designs. Okay, finished objects. I did finish a book last week. It just sounds very, very weird. It's called Catastrophes and Heroes, and it was a really good book. I even read parts of it to my husband, and he thought the same thing. It was about there was like one catastrophe in it that I had actually heard of, but the writer gives an overview of the catastrophe, gives us the background of the designer of the thing or whatever, talks about what led up to it being a future disaster, and then what actually did happen. And it was interesting because he also put a lot of eyewitness viewpoints in it, and he would talk about some of the people who had passed. And then in the end, there was always how this helped what was done to prevent this from happening again. And I really enjoyed that book. It was really good. I'm reading a few good books right now too, so we'll have to see. There's another one I read last week that I can't remember what it was called. Oh, isn't that horrible? It's in my, if you ever want to see it, it's in my book reviews, which is called Reading, Writing, and So Much More. I almost forgot what my blog was called. How sad. Well, I was going to talk. I'm going to talk about the beautiful weather today. I actually went out. I was inspired by Betsy. She has this little corner flower bed, and when she's moved, and when she moved into her new house, it was full of dandelions and clover and things. And she spent 4 hours. Now, I'm assuming this was one day, but I could have been wrong. And she cleared that thing out, gave me motivation. We have a front flower bed. You could spend all summer just on it, keeping the weeds out and everything. And so I decided yesterday to go out there and to get in the dirt and, pull out the grass that's growing there and everything. And I thought, I'm going to do like Betsy. Well, after an hour, I was done. I was done. It wasn't. And plus, besides which, my doctors had told me I shouldn't be out for any length of time at a time because basically anything that was exposed to radiation could burn easily. Now, I do have a nice big hat that I wear out there. And once I got done gardening and I decided to read, I put sunscreen on, the parts that were covered before. So, yeah, I'm taking care of myself, but I just laughed because I thought, couldn't do this for 4 hours straight. Bless Betsy. I don't know how she did that. And maybe it was in increments. It took 4 hours. I don't know, but bless her heart. Anyway, so yeah, beautiful weather has led me to go outside, and just like right now while I'm doing this, I'm just looking at the green plants out there. I've got peonies that are budding up, roses that are starting to bud up, And if I sit on my lovely deck, I can hear my chimes going, and oh, so relaxing. And the other thing about this season, it's baseball season. Now, I've never really talked about how I'm a baseball fan, I don't think, before. Um, I was raised close to Cincinnati. And the only baseball team, well, I shouldn't say that. My oldest brother owned the TV. Hi, Rick. And so if he wanted to watch something on TV, we watched it. This is how I learned the rules of baseball and football. I tried to think if he watched a lot of basketball. I learned those on my own because I like basketball, especially college. Well, and then as you know, right around junior high or whatever, my brothers would sometimes go down to see the Cincinnati Reds, and they would have a ticket for me. And the first time I went, I thought, I really don't know what's going on here, but I'll watch. And I picked it up thanks to having it on my brother's TV and, you know, um, going to the game. I became a Reds fan. Now, granted, it was easy to be a Reds fan in the 70s because that was the big red machine, and they were super. And I'm sorry, I'm probably boring some of you. They were such a super team. Um, they are a really good team again. And every time I have the MLB app, and what you do is if you only want to follow one team, you pay a certain price for the year. If you want to follow more than that, you have to pay a lot more. Well, I really only care about the Reds. I love the White Sox and I love the Cubbies. I always will. But the Reds are my team. And this year, thanks to COVID, most of the games are blacked out on the day that they're played. I've learned how to get around this. I don't watch them that day. I watch them the next day. And I may know the score of the game, but I don't know what the players did. So I still watch it, even whether they win or lose. I watch them. And it's been fun. I've been enjoying that. So, yeah, baseball, Cincinnati Red. Yay! Well, something else here. You've heard me talk about my shoulder. I'm waiting to hear from my doctor. I It's supposed to be June 18th, but I haven't even received any paperwork from my doctor yet. So I'm hoping it still is, but a lot of it's going to depend on my insurance. I just want to get it done because then I want to go out west after it's all healed for probably about a month. Spend about a month with my grandkids and my daughter. Enjoy that time. Oh, that reminds me. I hope everybody had a happy Mother's Day last weekend, those of you who are mothers or grandmothers. I did. I got a call from my grandkids and I got a card from my son. And then since I had my vaccine 2 weeks ago, yeah, because I was sick last week. That's why we didn't do a podcast. Um, I told him, I said, well, it's effective now. Is there a time we can come over and see you? Because my father-in-law hasn't had his vaccination. Um, and my son goes, well, you could come Saturday after 1 or anytime on Sunday. So we're going tomorrow to see my son and Rachel. Oh, and Odie, their dog. I'll probably spend more time petting Odie than anything. Anyways, so I don't know how I went from my shoulder to that. Anyways, I'm just waiting to hear from the insurance about my shoulder. I think I've talked before. There's an app called Duolingo, and it is a fun way to learn languages, except Hebrew. Anything that has symbols with it, you're best to learn your symbols before you go to Duolingo because they don't actually teach the individual symbols. Um, but I decided, since I really didn't have much luck with Hebrew last year, that I was going to go and do German. Now, I took last week off because of being sick from my vaccine, but I have started getting back into it again this week, and I am enjoying it. I really do. I'm into plurals right now, and adjectives are going to be next, so yay. Oh, and I've told, well, I don't have as many new pictures of my grandkids, because my daughter takes pictures for her Imagine That is where she works, the Facebook page, and she'll take pictures and put them on there. There's a cute one of my granddaughter. I'm sorry, it would be cute. It, anything with my granddaughter and it would be cute. But yeah, she's doing a little dance. They're doing this summer. They're doing a camp on coding, computer coding, and they have these little bots. That's what they're called, and you draw a line on a piece of paper and you put the bot on it and it follows the line. If you do different things, it'll do different things. And when I was out there, that was fascinating. Well, they're going to have a summer camp all about coding. And they had a little ad on Facebook and Genevieve was dancing and. Anyways, I think that's probably enough chattering for me for this week. I love visiting with you guys, even though I'm doing all the talking. I do hope that you do talk about those of you who leave me remarks. I just love them. I love all of them because I feel like we're actually talking and sharing things. Yeah, all of you are so special in your own ways. I just love it. Um, well, I guess I'll end it now. I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I hope all your craftiness is very successful and that you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones, easy to correct. I love you all. Big hugs. Take care. God bless, and don't forget to subscribe or like. Okay. See you next week. Bye bye.